You're at the right place. This is Cigar Time. Welcome back. What? You're always saying it's the same old. So I changed it up a little bit.
I like that one
That
better,
was nice.
actually.
Yeah,
You're in the right spot.
You're in the right spot.
Prophetic.
And to those 40,000 people watching at home, and the tens of thousands more on YouTube and our Facebook site and our website, our website,
CCigars.com.
that's double C.
You really gonna leave them hanging?
Yeah.
We're docking.
Yeah.
Dock 'em.
I don't even notice you're
Take me
here.
off the show.
It's Watson. It's Doc Watson.
Well, we're happy to be joined again by Juan Lopez, the National Sales Director and Major Domo of Gurkha Cigars, and his esteemed right-hand man, Jolly Doc Watson.
Jolly Doc. Don't call him Chuck. Don't call him Chuck. He gets pissed.
No Chuck. No Chuck. For round two of our Gurkha experience. And it was most informative last week, and
I
we really
loved it.
appreciate you guys coming back. And we learned a lot, and I think we're going to learn a lot more today as well. But we should probably light up our cigar, which today we are smoking.
We are smoking the Havana Blend. This is very, very Cubanesque-like. I just want to point that out. So you're in for a real treat smoking one of these. The wrapper is San Andreas. The binder, it says they won't tell us.
You can read that?
And the filler is Nicaraguan. The sizes you put, yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
They have sizes.
They have sizes. Well, I'm smoking the,
The
Making
newly
you think. We gotta make you
introduced.
think on your feet here.
I'm smoking the newly introduced, I guess you would call this a Lancero.
Mm-hmm.
Lancero. With a pigtail, I actually took my pigtail off.
Twist and
but
pop.
A nice little twist and pop, nice little hole it makes. Oh my God, I do that every time.
You do.
The-
You fall right in there.
I do. Oh God, you don't even want to know what I did the last time.
Don't emphasize it.
You're
I
right.
won't. The the taste on this is spice, earth, nuts with a milk chocolatey wrapper. So
Dang.
I know, right?
you wanna
I
eat it,
can't
right?
wait. And it's like a medium body.
Yep.
This is medium
Definitely,
body. So this is definitely for everyone.
Absolutely.
And it's
So-
box press.
So, Wani, what's the origin of this cigar?
So that cigar. So to add to what we were talking about last week. So when we changed our ways of going with one factory and now we're at multiple factories, the one thing that I like to tell the audience and the consumers and the retailers, our partners, is that we're cigar merchants. So you have Fuente, you have Padrones. Those guys are cigar manufacturers. They have their own factories. What we do is we go into some of the better growers in Nicaragua, which most of you guys know their names. I'm not going to disclose just because I'm not going to disclose. And we secure tobacco, and we then take it to two small factories that we work with in the region, and we literally take over the factories. And the one factory that we make most of the East India line on went from making 30,000 cigars for us 3 years ago to this year we'll do 2.5 million sticks.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
That is a huge jump.
So on the Havana Blend, my thought was when I was helping blend, because I'm part of the blending team in Nicaragua, is I'm a Padron smoker. It's not a secret. When I don't smoke Gurkhas, I smoke Padron Aniversario 64 Exclusivo Maduro.
Oh my God, that's mine.
That's
That is
what I
my
smoke.
number one. We rated
And
it.
it's-
That was my number one.
With all due respect, that is
Yes.
the best cigar
I'm
made.
sorry.
I've been smoking that cigar for 10 years, and it tastes exactly the same
Exactly
the
every
same.
time I smoke it. And the other night, Charlie and I were in Maryland, and I lost a bet, and it was a good loss because I got to buy a box of them exclusivos. So it's all good, but
And he
so
was
I wanted-
generous, he gave me two.
You're lucky. I would have only given you one.
Rob would have given you half of one. Yeah.
So the idea was we wanted something box press. We wanted something that's got that medium body, everyone could smoke, a lot of flavor, a lot of nuttiness, a lot of sweetness, and that's what you get from the cigar. So it's San Andres. You got the binders Nicaraguan from Jalapa, the fillers Estelí, Condega, and Jalapa. So you got all Nicaraguan tobacco in there. Again, medium body, ton of flavor, and then the further you go into the cigar, you start picking up that nuttiness, that earthiness. You pick up a little bit hint of sweetness to it as well. It's become our best-selling cigar on the East India side of the business. Again, very reasonably priced, from $6.99 to $9.99, which is the sweet spot
That is the
for
sweet
everyone.
Yep.
And so we're very proud of this release. We released it last year, and it's taken off.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
right.
home run.
Yeah.
It's a home run for us.
We touched on it a little bit on last week's program. You mentioned how at the early origins of the company, they were very much involved with the mail order and the internet business and such. And obviously, we as brick and mortar dealers, and obviously throughout the country, the brick and mortar dealers, it was kind of like a little revolt, I guess you would call it, because the cigars you made for the mail order company were usually contract cigars. I'm not going to say they were of less quality, but they were cigars made for a price, and they were sold for that extremely low price. And then somewhere a few years back, like you described, you realize that there's a whole world of brick and mortar stores out there that are good, capable stores, and you started to pull back on the internet business, and you started emphasizing different packaging, better blends. I'll just stick my neck out and say better blends to sell strictly in the brick and mortar stores. And that's when we got re-engaged, because for a while there, seeing the low prices that were offered out and not trying to compete in that arena, we sort of shunned Gurkha for a long time. And it's through your efforts, the both of you, that we've gotten re-engaged with Gurkha, and I'm happy we did.
Thank you.
Because, I understood the business reasons behind the decisions that were made years ago, and, I appreciated the fact that you did what you needed to do, and I get that. But again, as a brick and mortar store, we have to maintain margins. We need to make a profit to keep the stores open.
Sure.
Keep the lounges going, keep the free coffee. Remember, every day is free coffee day and every cigar. You don't have to wait till National Coffee Day. It's every day it's cigars. And we're very pleased that you managed this turnaround, and pretty good timing, I might add. And we're happy, like I say, to be re-engaged with Gurkha. So my hats off to both of you.
Thank you.
So what Art's trying to say is you can only get the cigars that we smoke here in our store.
Absolutely right.
Oh, no, you can get them at other brick and
Oh,
mortar.
other stores.
Yeah.
In brick and
You
mortar,
know
sorry.
that. You knew that.
But
I
everyone knows,
misspoke.
if you follow the show, this gentleman here rules the land. So
Well,
I mean, if you can find it here, you can't find it anywhere.
He is affectionately known throughout the industry as King Arthur.
Oh, Lord.
He is?
Wait,
Other stores and stuff like that.
Why don't you...
All right,
Yeah,
Charlie,
he's
Charlie,
got that
Charlie,
black
Charlie,
with the knife.
Why don't you
Surprise him
warn
with
me?
the crown. Take out the crown.
We need
crown.
Excalibur or something now. Right?
I go into
We need
other
a sword.
stores and they say, "How's King Arthur?"
I would have, if you'd have said you were going to be so effusive with your praise of me, I would have worn my hip waders. Because the, how should I say this delicately, the excrement is getting a little deep in
No.
here.
That's the truth.
King Arthur, give me a break.
Just
Well,
tell me what they
just
say.
by touching
You know,
on what you
I-
were talking. I'm sorry.
Well, with Gurkha, I would prefer to be called Sahib.
Sahib it is.
Thank you for, I think, the compliment. Especially for that guy.
It's always good to be king.
It's always
Always
good.
good.
Yeah.
But remember, behind a good king, there's always a queen. So, queen, you were saying something?
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh my God.
I would put her out front.
He's got to stay. I like him.
segue.
He's
I put
got
her
to
right out
stay. You
front.
can never
You can
leave.
compliment him; he won't get a big head. But her, she won't fit out the door.
I don't sit out the door. I'll just bend it over.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Hey, easy now.
In that outfit, don't bend over too far.
Try not to. But you were touching on how they reintroduced the blend again, and so they came up with this 4-pack to put together, which is $19.95, and you can get pretty much. It has the newer ones that they're presenting. So you have the Ghost, the Havana. You have the 2 Royal Challenges, one in a Connecticut and a Maduro. So it allows you, if you're not familiar with their brand, or if you are but you haven't had these newer ones, that you can come and you can try them for a great bargain.
About half the price.
Yeah, half the price. So
And they're humidified.
yes, a humidified bag. These are in all of our 10 stores.
Soon to be
soon
11.
I was going to see that.
Oh, I'm
Soon
sorry, I
to be
didn't mean to step on
11.
your line.
That's okay. And strictly only here at Cigar. So this is exclusive to us. Yes.
That is
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exclusive to us. Real quick, I just want to touch on the. We did talk about the Ghost already and the Havana right now. So I just want to touch on the other 2, the Gurkha Royal Challenge, which a lot of customers are liking this just
That's a
out of
very
the pack.
popular
Yeah,
model.
they smoke it
That's
in this
popular
pack
model.
and then they go and they're buying it off the shelf. So that's great. The Connecticut is a mild to medium. It was rated a 91 in Cigar Aficionado. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Connecticut. The binder is a Honduran Habano. And the filler is Nicaraguan and Dominican. And the taste profile is vanilla and some nutty overtones. Great cigar. And the Maduro, which is my favorite, is medium to full. It has a broadleaf Maduro wrapper. The binder is a Honduran Habano, and the filler is Nicaraguan and Dominican. And it's earthy, flavorful, and it's very sweet from the wrapper. You can really taste that on your lips. So, excellent.
Very well done.
Excellent
Description,
package.
description. Very good.
Thank
Do we go
you.
around and give our initial impressions?
Yeah. I get like a charred meat flavor right up front.
We're done with him.
What do you mean? I like it.
Charred meat.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like charred meat? Love charred
It's
meat.
meat. You guys taste what you taste. You got it, all right?
Is that like dead bovine on the plate?
Yes.
Let him talk.
You never had burnt tips?
Yeah, I like
Burnt
that.
what?
charred meat.
I was like, burnt
You are
what?
saying tips with a P.
Yes.
I could have sworn it.
Yes.
Okay.
And I
Never
do
mind.
get that. Juan mentioned like a milk chocolatey, like a finish or aftertaste. It's very pronounced. It's really, really nice.
Milk chocolatey wrapper.
See?
Correct me one more time. But
So you
I
give
can't
it a
talk.
10?
No, we're not there yet.
You definitely can taste the milk chocolate wrapper. I can definitely get the, I get like toasted nuts in here, a hint of spice, very earthy, very Cuban-esque-like. I love it.
you're smoking a Lancero.
Yes, she
Is that your favorite size?
As to smoke.
Rob?
I'm detecting some innuendo going on here I'm uncomfortable with.
Try following that up.
Yeah, I don't get any of the milk chocolate yet. I do get a toasty, almost like a barky taste from it.
Barky.
Really?
I'm sorry, cameraman. I didn't mean to laugh like that.
Have you been getting
Paul's
into the
ears are
cooking sherry
exploding
again?
as you laugh. It's ridiculous. It's
Bark.
very
Yeah,
smooth.
bark.
It's incredibly smooth. So I'm not getting any aftertaste. Usually, when you smoke a barky cigar,
You get that.
you get right. You get a bad taste on your
Still
tongue
trying
and
to
stuff.
figure that one out.
There's no aftertaste on this.
That was very nice on that tongue.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Well, as for me, very smooth, very mild to medium smoke. It coats the tongue with a very pleasant taste sensation. Even on the retrohale, very smooth through the nose, and it's an outstanding cigar, and I just love the size. It's a shame, when I was a younger man, back in the last century, this size, whether it be a Lancero or Lonsdale, were very, very popular sizes. And unfortunately, with the cigar boom and all the new brands that have come out in the last 20 years,
And everybody wants bigger.
yeah, everybody wants bigger, longer,
They have to
fatter.
smoke bigger the way they smoke them, though. I mean, you have to know how to smoke one of those cigars.
That's true.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
can't
good
just
point.
pick one
Yeah.
up and smoke it like a Gordo or a
Yeah.
Toro.
But if you
gotta
speak,
finesse it.
if you speak to anybody in the cigar industry, by and large, this size is their favorite size.
Absolutely.
I can go into graphic detail why, but we'll save that for another time, and we'll let Paul in the field describe that. But
Those sizes are mostly smoked in Europe.
yeah,
Smaller
very much so.
sizes.
Very
Yeah, like
Panatella,
5.5 by 46
Yeah.
is very popular in
Yeah.
Europe.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Panatella, the Lancero.
Yeah, very popular.
Wasn't the Monty number 4's like a Panatella? Isn't that
Oh,
the
I
most
love
popular?
that.
That's
Oh,
isn't
I
that the
love
most
that.
popular
the Cuban,
cigar?
the Cuban
That's
one.
right, the Cuban one,
Oh,
yeah.
I love
Yep.
that size. I love that. That's a good afternoon, nice, easy cigar to smoke. But it's funny, and maybe you can expound on this a bit. In my travels recently in Europe, I'm finding more and more and more American brands. Years ago, you'd strictly only find, Cuban cigars, or occasionally maybe a little Davidoff display. A lot of the, a lot of the monopoly countries support that. But in my last travel, especially in Eastern Europe, where I was, a lot of American brands over
They're
there.
not really American brands.
Well, they're
They're non-Cuban cigars.
they're non-Cuban, because there's a lot of cigars that aren't sold in this country that aren't Cuban that are also sold in Europe and other places.
That's a good point, Barky.
Mark, I like that.
Really?
Now, does Gurkha have a footprint?
Yeah,
on it?
actually, so I was having a conversation with some of the guys outside in the shop earlier, and they're saying international, and what's happening in the international business. At the end of the day, when you have something all the time, it's the same thing all the time, it gets boring. And unfortunately, the consistency on the Cuban cigars
terrible.
have dipped, especially the last 6, 7, 8 years. And so us as manufacturers in Nicaragua and Dominican, some guys in Honduras, we're taking that opportunity to pounce on it and introduce our flavor profile at a better price point, better quality, more consistent quality. And we literally we were non-existent internationally 2 years ago. In the last 2 years, we're now in 27 different countries.
Right.
We're very, very strong. We've gone from like 0 to a few million, and we're still little by little making leadway in that market. There's other companies that are in this industry, in our side of this, in the American company, like you're
Right,
saying, that got there first. So it's going to be a little bit harder work for us, but we have a great guy on the ground. His name is Frank the Cock. He used to work for CAO. Yes, that's his last name. Yes.
I didn't want to say anything.
Barky.
Like the chicken.
But he does a phenomenal job for us. He used to work for CAO for a long time. Gary Himes brought him on board,
Right.
and he's still on board with us. And he's done a fantastic job along with Christina Santana, which is his assistant out of our office. They've done crazy business. 27 countries in 2 years.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
takes a lot of
that's
work
amazing.
and a lot of planning.
It's a lot harder.
yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of planning because you have to remember these guys are not going to take 50 boxes. They got to take a minimum of a couple hundred
countries, right,
boxes,
states.
and it's got to go in the same container with some stuff that Perdomo might have,
Right,
some stuff
right,
that Oliva
right.
might have, and so on and so on. So when these guys buy, they buy big. So they've done a hell of a job out in Europe to get our flavor profiles out there because we are different. We're better.
The blends
The
speak
bottom
for
line.
themselves.
Absolutely.
That's what I've always said.
Absolutely.
Well, plus, to do business in Europe or Asia, it's a lot more difficult than just fielding a sales force in this country and knocking on doors. A lot of countries have monopolies. You have to sell to the cigar monopoly, or you need agents on the
Yeah,
ground.
it's strictly
More
you
difficult.
cannot sell door to door. It's through distributors, and those guys are all fighting for the same brands.
Right.
And then if you get on the ground floor, some of the smaller guys, those guys are going to push your brand more than anything. So what happens with them is, so they're pushing my product, we're kicking butt with it. What's going to happen? Other guys come in and start asking for their distribution. So we're actually telling them, hey, listen, by the way, you're welcome by us getting you into some other guys that are now succeeding in the European market
Right.
because we got the foot in the door kind of thing. So it's great. They're doing a hell of a job. I think Europe needed to expand their palate. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, yeah.
And listen, we're making Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic and some guys in Honduras are making great cigars.
Oh, no question about it.
Bottom line, the flavor profiles are there. A lot of the cigars nowadays. I remember when you and I have been around forever, and some of you. Before his other career as an actor, I just wanted to add that in there. Before his career as an actor.
And a TV star.
Thank you.
So what's happened is, 8-9 years ago, you got a lot of crappy cigars.
Oh,
Crappy cigars.
I know you already said
that'll be
that.
bleak.
All right. Okay. A lot of crappy cigars.
That'll be
Red
bleak.
light.
You go into the humidors right now in this day and age, in the last 3 years, it's very hard to find a real bad cigar. Pretty much everyone has to be on point. If not, you go to cigar heaven. You go away.
Oh, it's a time for smokers, no question about it.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
And a lot of, with the pending act of the FDA, and depending on how they move things and do things, there could be a lot fewer manufacturers out there, a lot fewer distributors out there. I think it's pretty obvious the feds want to police less manufacturers or distributors, and obviously less retail stores. It makes their job a lot easier. We're under attack, and no matter how much we fight back, we're fighting off the 1,000-pound gorilla.
Absolutely.
And we don't have a lot of political clout. There's a big difference. I was formerly in the firearms business many eons ago, and we had the NRA. And unfortunately, we don't have that big of a force behind us. The CRA and the IPCPR and the TAA and the CAA, they're not always on the same page, and we just don't have the clout in Washington. I wish we did, and they're fighting a mighty battle, and they're doing a great job pushing that boulder uphill, all of them, and especially the CRA with Glenn Luke. These people are doing a miraculous job, but it is an uphill struggle. It is an uphill struggle because, when two politicians are running for office, the guy who's pro-smoking and the guy who's anti-smoking, you can do the math. The anti-smoking guy or gal is going to get a lot more of the vote, the percentage, because the amount of people who smoke in this country anymore is hovering around 20%, and the ones that are ambivalent may be another 10 or 20%. So you've got 60 or 70% of the people that really are not in favor of smoking, not in favor of tobacco. So, you know, fight for your rights. I mean, this is something that is tobacco's been around forever. This country was built on the back of tobacco.
I was going to say, and this is people's livelihood. You know, this is people's their jobs and their passion and what they, you know, what they live for. So.
Well, I think we need to. So go ahead.
Yeah.
And to add what we're saying is, what people don't understand is very simple. It just doesn't hurt the hundreds of thousands here. It's the millions in Nicaragua, Honduras,
Oh my
Dominican
goodness.
Republic. You have cities built on tobacco, like Virginia was, like North Carolina was.
Right,
You know, I mean, it's Pennsylvania, you know, Connecticut. You know, back in the day. So the politicians don't see that, very short-sighted. So they see here now, politically correct.
Right.
They stay the course of being correct, being, you know, hands off. Everybody gets a trophy. Although it should be first place getting a trophy. Everybody else gets a ribbon.
Don't get me
You
started.
know, so that's just me. But
I
we
mean,
are
when
trying
I
to
was
have
in
this
the
conversation.
Dominican, when I was in the Dominican Republic, I mean, the majority of them, they work in the, you know, in the different fields, in the factories, and that's what they do.
Well, it's another thing that people don't understand. It takes a couple hundred hands
Yeah.
for this cigar to be brought to your hands.
Yeah,
Sure.
for just
Everybody
one-
should take a tour through a Central American
Oh
cigar,
my goodness!
cigar
you,
manufacturer.
you don't know cigars until you took a tour.
So you see the fields and you see the
Yes.
factories. It's an
Yes.
amazing process how many hands actually touch the tobacco. So briefly, tell us what's next for Gurkha. What's coming up?
What's coming up? So what's coming up is going to be a few events that we're going to be doing more aggressively. Obviously here at Cigar, you know,
Nice.
educating the customer.
Right.
Back on the Gurkha, you know, Charlie Doc Watson will be here to do that on a regular basis. We feel that we're coming out with the new on the Cellar Reserve, which you don't carry here yet.
We will.
Which is one of our top sellers. Okay, we're coming out with a platinum cigar made in Nicaragua, which I helped to blend, which I think is fantastic. We already sold out the first run of 60,000 cigars at the show, which is great. So that's coming up. Moving forward, we're so happy with what we're offering right now that we just want to fine tune everything.
That's
So
smart.
That's smart.
anything that comes out now from us is going to be a small line extension. It's going to be a limited edition of something that's already working pretty well. But we found our niche in the marketplace that right now it's like, let's make A, B, C, D, A plus, B plus, C plus, D plus.
right.
So that's the plan because, you know, the humidors stay the same size, but everybody keeps coming out with new cigars every single year. But unfortunately, in our industry, and you guys could attest to this, unlike back in the old days, which the guy will walk in and say, "Where's my Joya de Monterrey? Where's my Fuente? Where's this? Where's that?" The guy stuck to the same thing. Now you guys coming in asking,
Oh, what's
new?
Yeah, every day.
Absolutely.
Every day.
There's no brand loyalty anymore.
No, not much.
Zero.
No.
And you know what? And I put
very
it
cyclical.
and a lot of that I put on ourselves. We've given, which is a good thing. We've given the consumer so much access to us, which is great. I mean, I always say this. I remember Carlitos Fuente back in the day never traveled anywhere. Now he's traveling like a madman. Lito Fuente never traveled. Now he travels. You know why? Because we want to do that. But when was the last time you saw Ralph Lauren at a Macy's shaking your hand for buying a $100 polo shirt?
Right.
It doesn't happen. So it goes back to what we are, what this industry is. It's a brotherhood. It's a small circle. We want you guys to be close to us. We do. But we also want you guys to get educated on the product. And the only way you get educated on the product is not always what you read online. Online it's an opinion. It's coming from the horse's mouth. The guy that blends the cigar, the guy that puts his money into the marketing, the guy that's actually full blown, all chips in, getting the cigar to you. Not just these guys, the millions of bloggers that have their opinions. Which listen, some are great, some are not. I just feel that if you want your own opinion, come to the cigar shop, smoke the cigar, and then build your own opinion, form your own opinion. So
God,
the best way, yeah.
have we exhausted our events? Or
No.
Okay.
Actually, tomorrow, Charlie's going to be in Lancaster from 12 to 3, and then over to Westchester from 5 to 8. And we're going to do a buy 3, get 1 free special. Thursday, he's going to be in Fraser from 12 to 3 and Ludwig's 4 to 7. And then this Friday, right here in Horsham, from 12 to 3, and then Colmar from 5 to 8.
Cool. It's time to review and rate.
And guys, just to step
Oh,
in
I'm
there,
sorry.
it's a great time for you guys to come out and speak to me. If you're unfamiliar with the product, you haven't tried any of the brick and mortar brands that are exclusive to the brick and mortar shops, great time to come out and get educated. try the brands, see if you like them. You know, find out more from us than, as Juan was saying, online. Okay.
We got a whole bag of education.
Got-
I do.
Very consistent all the way through. That milk chocolatey and that charred beef. I didn't get much barky in it. Very. Are we rating it right now?
Yeah, you got to rate it. We're running out of
I'll
time.
give this a 9.
Okay.
Very
See?
good. Thank you.
It's true to exactly what it, what the profile says. My favorite size, and it's a box press. So this might be
That's your favorite size,
number one
Lancero.
to smoke. This might become one of my number one favorites. So I'm going with a 9. What's the price point?
That $8.
9.5.
Very good.
Rob?
I really like this cigar. This is my favorite cigar you guys make.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You were saying earlier about the Padron Exclusivo. This is the closest cigar
Yeah,
very
does take
reminiscent.
you like it, yeah.
Exclusivo. I get through the retro hail. I get that milk chocolatey taste, and I still get a barky taste. I don't care what you guys say. Shut up.
And the wrapper is nice and
It's
silky.
it's
Love
very
it.
nice. It's
Love it.
very close to the Exclusivo, which is
Thank
my
you.
all-time
And-
favorite
and
cigar.
before you-
I give this a. I don't want to agree with Tia, so I give it a 9.65.
Hey,
Wow.
attaboy.
And for you Padron smokers out there, what was the price on that again?
$8.
All right, so everyday smoke. There you go.
Yeah, it's a very affordable cigar.
Yes, it is.
This is this reminds me of the old Hoyo de Monterrey Cuban taste, almost like a milkshake, which I really, really love. Those of you who've heard me in years gone by and know me know how much I really used to enjoy that old Cuban Hoyo de Monterrey, especially in a double Corona presentation. It's a great cigar. It's great on the retrohale, coats the tongue with a nice, sweet, complex taste. The price is right there, right at the sweet spot. I'm going to go 9.75. I
Nice,
really
very
do
nice.
like this. I of course
It's
love
really good
this
cigar.
size, so I can smoke this size all day long.
Yeah.
Well, that size, yeah, it's a perfect
Yeah.
size. It's awesome.
So as we come to the end of another show,
Not again.
what's that?
Not again.
Yeah,
I
well,
like them.
we have a few
Come back.
seconds. Well, we'll get them back. We'll
Right.
get them back. We'll just sell enough cigars. They'll want to come back
Absolutely.
and take good, nice care of us. So we won't,
And again, guys, thank you guys so much for having
Oh,
us.
thank you
Really
for coming.
appreciate it. You guys are
Thank
fantastic,
you.
great people. And to all the consumers out there that support Cigar, you guys are in great hands with the staff, the owner, the actor.
Okay.
Love you
Bye
guys.
for now.
Ciao for now, everybody.
Happy
Thank you
holidays.
very much. Bye bye.
Life's too short to say ciao for now.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks.
The actor.
So now you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna come in.
Yeah.
Where's the actor?
Yeah.
I got to scoot.
He acts like a cigar smoker.
What?
He acts like a cigar
Oh,
smoker.
shut up.
This is Glenn Loop, Executive Director at Cigar Rights of America, a grassroots movement designed and in existence to defend your ability to enjoy premium handmade cigars. Like no other time in history, this passion of ours is under attack. It's under attack in your city hall, in your state capitol, and in the halls of Congress of Washington, D.C. Right now, the Food and Drug Administration is proposing to regulate this passion that we all share like never before in history. 241 pages of regulations designed to cripple this industry. From your ability as a consumer to enjoy a free sample, to being able to go into your local brick and mortar and enjoy cigars and camaraderie with your friends, or even to enjoy a major cigar event across this land, all would come under threat with these regulations. Go to cigarrights.org. Join today, be a part of the process, become a cigar voter.
Pop, nice little hole it makes. Oh my God, I do that every time.
You do.
The-
You fell right into it.
I do. Oh God, you don't even want to know what I did the last time.
Don't emphasize it.
You're
I
right.
won't. The the taste on this is spice, earth, nuts with a milk chocolatey wrapper. So I know, right?
you wanna
I
eat it,
can't
right?
wait. And it's like a medium body.
Yep.
This is medium
Definitely.
body. So this is definitely for everyone.
Absolutely.
And it's
So-
box press.
So, Wani, what's the origin of this cigar?
So that cigar. So to add to what we were talking about last week. So when we changed our ways of going with one factory and now we're at multiple factories, the one thing that I like to tell the audience and the consumers and the retailers, our partners, is that we're cigar merchants. So you have Fuente, you have Padrones. Those guys are cigar manufacturers. They have their own factories. What we do is we go into some of the better growers in Nicaragua, which most of you guys know their names. I'm not going to disclose just because I'm not going to disclose. and we secure tobacco. And we then take it to two small factories that we work with in the region, and we literally take over the factories. And the one factory that we make most of the East India line on went from making 30,000 cigars for us to, 3 years ago to this year we'll do 2.5 million sticks.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
Cigars.
That is a huge jump.
So on the Havana Blend, my thought was when I was helping blend, because I'm part of the blending team in Nicaragua, is I'm a Padron smoker. It's not a secret. When I don't smoke Gurkhas, I smoke Padron Aniversario 64 Exclusivo Maduro.
Oh my God, that's mine.
That's
That is
what I
my
smoke.
number one. We rated
And
it.
it's-
That was my number one.
With all due respect, that is
Yes.
the best cigar
I'm
made.
sorry.
I've been smoking that cigar for 10 years, and it tastes exactly the same.
Somewhere a few years back, like you described, you realize that there's a whole world of brick and mortar stores out there that are good, capable stores, and you started to pull back on the internet business, and you started emphasizing different packaging, better blends. I'll just stick my neck out and say better blends to sell strictly in the brick and mortar stores. And that's when we got re-engaged, because for a while there, seeing the low prices that were offered out and not trying to compete in that arena, we sort of shunned Gurkha for a long time. And it's through your efforts, the both of you, that we've gotten re-engaged with Gurkha, and I'm happy we did.
Thank you.
Because, I understood the business reasons behind the decisions that were made years ago, and, I appreciated the fact that you did what you needed to do, and I get that. But again, as a brick and mortar store, we have to maintain margin. We need to make a profit to keep the stores open.
Sure.
Keep the lounges going, keep the free coffee. Remember, every day is free coffee day and every cigar is cigar. You don't have to wait till National Coffee Day. It's every day it's cigars. And we're very pleased that you managed this turnaround, and pretty good timing, I might add. And we're happy, like I say, to be re-engaged with Gurkha. So my hats off to both of you.
Thank you.
So what Art's trying to say is you can only get the cigars that we smoke here in our store.
Absolutely right.
Oh, no, you can get them at other brick and
Oh,
mortar.
other stores.
Yeah.
In brick and
You
mortar,
know
sorry.
that. You knew that.
But everyone knows, if you follow the show, this gentleman here rules the land. So
Well,
I mean, if you can't find it here, you can't find it anywhere.
He is affectionately known throughout the
Exactly.
Every
That's
time I
the same.
smoke. And the other night, Charlie and I were in Maryland, and I lost a bet, and it was a good loss because I got to buy a box of the exclusivos. So it's all good, but
And he
so
was
I wanted-
generous. He gave me two.
I did give two.
You're lucky. I would have only given you one.
Rob would have given you half of one.
Yeah.
So the idea was we wanted something box press. We wanted something that's got that medium body, everyone could smoke, a lot of flavor, a lot of nuttiness, a lot of sweetness, and that's what you get from the cigar. So it's San Andres. You got the binders Nicaraguan from Jalapa, the fillers Esteli, Condega, and Jalapa. So you got all Nicaraguan tobacco in there. Again, medium body, ton of flavor, and then the further you go into the cigar, you start picking up that nuttiness, that earthiness. You pick up a little bit hint of sweetness to it as well. It's become our best-selling cigar on the East India side of the business. Again, very reasonably priced, from $6.99 to $9.99, which is
Yeah,
the sweet spot
that is the sweet
for
spot.
everyone.
Yep.
And so we're very proud of this release. We released it last year, and it's taken off.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
right.
home run.
Yeah.
It's a home run for us.
We touched on it a little bit on last week's program. You mentioned how at the early origins of the company, they were very much involved with the mail order and the internet business and such. And obviously, we as brick and mortar dealers, and obviously throughout the country, the brick and mortar dealers, it was kind of like a little revolt, I guess you would call it, because the cigars you made for the mail order company were usually contract cigars. I'm not going to say they were of less quality, but they were cigars made for a price, and they were sold for that extremely low price. And then you're at the right place. This is Cigar Time. Welcome back. What? You're always saying it's the same old. I thought I'd change it up a little
I
bit.
like that one
That was
better,
nice.
actually.
I did
Yeah,
You're
I
in
like
the
that
right
one,
spot.
too.
It's very
You're in the right spot.
Prophetic.
And to those 40,000 people watching at home, and the
One
tens
more.
of thousands more on YouTube and our Facebook site and our website, our website,
DCcigars.com.
that's double C.
You really gonna leave them
cigars.com.
hanging?
Yeah.
We're docking.
Yeah.
Dock
look,
'em.
I
Dock
don't even
Dock
notice
what?
you're
Get me
here.
off the show.
It's Watson. It's Doc Watson.
Well, we're happy to be joined again by Juan Lopez, the National Sales Director and Major Domo of Gurkha Cigars, and his esteemed right-hand man, Jolly Doc Watson.
Jolly Doc.
Don't call him Chuck. Don't call him Chuck. He gets pissed.
No Chuck. No Chuck. For round two of our Gurkha experience. And it was most informative last week, and
I
we really
loved it.
appreciate you
Yes.
guys coming back. And we learned a lot, and I think we're going to learn a lot more today as well. But we should probably light up our cigar, which today we are smoking.
We are smoking the Havana Blend. This is very, very Cubanesque-like. I just want to point that out. So you're in for a real treat smoking one of these. The wrapper is San Andreas. The binder, it says they won't tell us.
You can read that.
And the filler is Nicaraguan. The sizes you put, yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
They have sizes.
they have sizes. Well, I'm smoking the.
The
Making
newly,
you
the
think. We
newly
gotta make you
introduced.
think on your feet here.
I'm smoking the newly introduced. I guess you would call this a Lancero.
Lancero.
Lancero. With a pigtail, I actually took my pigtail off.
Twist and
but
pop.
A nice little twist and
About the industry is King Arthur.
Oh, Lord.
He is.
Wait, you know,
Other stores and stuff like that.
why don't
All
you,
right,
Yeah,
Charlie,
it's
Charlie,
got that
Charlie,
black
Charlie,
with the knife.
why don't you
Surprise him
warn
with
me?
a
I
crown.
don't-
Bring the,
We
take out the crown.
need an
crown.
Excalibur or something now. It's out, right?
I go into
In
other
the store.
stores and they say, "How's King Arthur?"
I would if you'd have said you were going to be so effusive with your praise of me, I would have worn my hip waders. Because the, how should I say this delicately, the excrement is getting a little deep in
No.
here.
That's the truth.
King Arthur, give me a break.
Just
Well,
telling you what they
just
say.
by touching
You know,
on what you were
I-
talking. I'm sorry.
Well, with Gurkha, I would prefer to be called Sahib.
Sahib it is.
Thank you for, I think, the compliment. I'm especially for that guy.
Hey, there's not. Hey, it's always good to be king.
It's always
Always good.
Always good. to be king.
But remember, behind a good king, there's always a queen. So, queen, you were saying something?
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh my
I would put her out front.
He's got to stay. I like him.
segue.
I
He's
put her
gotta
right out
stay.
front.
You can never
You can
leave.
compliment him; he won't get a big head. But her, she won't fit out the door.
I won't sit out the door. I'll just bend it over. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's-
Easy now.
In that outfit, don't bend over too far.
Try not to. But you were touching on how they reintroduced the blend again, and so they came up with this 4-pack to put together, which is $19.95, and you can get pretty much. It has the newer ones that they're presenting. So you have the Ghost, the Havana. You have the two Royal Challenges, one in a Connecticut and a Maduro. So it allows you, if you're not familiar with their brand, or if you are but you haven't had these newer ones, that you can come and